Hey y'all, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Now it is 5 hours ahead in Edinburgh, and our feet officially hit the ground at 9:30 a.m. their time, and we go to the city center, which is Waverley Station, and we don't quite have access to our house until 11 a.m. So we are walking around the city with our luggage, and then we find our first set of steps to walk up. Now you will see them everywhere. If you Google Maps someplace and it says it's 20 minutes, add 10 more minutes onto that because there may be steps or hills. And then we found the World's End Bar, it's a very famous bar. Oh, this is the week before Fringe, so we saw lots of posters like that everywhere, and we could see so many things just for walking around. And then that's the same set of steps that I had to go up the other flight because, of course, why not? And that's my sister helping other people take their video while I'm trying to do mine. How rude. And of course, we are starving at this point, so our first meal is at McKay's, and I get some tea, and it's not just any mint tea. It's like, oh, the most luscious smelling mint tea I've ever had. Very happy with that choice. And then my family, my brother-in-law got, the Scottish full breakfast with the beans and everything. That's just not for me. I don't need beans on my food. But then we start making our way towards the house, and this is everything that we see like behind our house. And I know, right? Isn't that beautiful? And then also we're right by Arthur's Seat. So we don't quite do Arthur's Seat yet, but we do walk up the one little path and just look at the view of what we could see. And the next thing we know, it's time for us to turn around and head back to where our house is so we can check in and get settled and take a nap. After my nap, we had our first excursion, and it was the Scotch Whisky Experience, and that was 38 pounds, and that's about $50 US. We did the gold tour, and what I loved most about this experience was my tour guide was amazing. He was hilarious, and I learned so much about the 5 different regions of Scotch whiskey and why different barrels are important to the flavoring, and it helped me understand like maybe why I did or didn't like certain types of whiskey because of the smokiness and everything like that. I would definitely recommend going on this experience. Now, like I said, we chose the gold tour. Now the gold tour came with 5 sample tastings, and that was by far the best part for me.
Across the world. So even if you're only a fan of a single malt, you do have a lot to thank our master blender malt. To produce something soft in flavor, you could mix a lowland or Speyside. For something a bit more robust, a Highland or a Campbelltown. And if you want to use that fiery Islay, you could, but you'd have to use it sparingly. Even a few drops too many could become overpowering. The entire idea of a blend is that no individual components are more powerful than the rest. All of the individual ingredients should work together to produce a balanced blend. Now, I'm going to hand you over to my oldest colleague, who's going to tell you a wee bit more.
Now, the final thing that we saw before our whiskey tasting was this world famous collection. Now, this collection goes anywhere from the cheapest bottle of Scotch whiskey to the most expensive bottles of Scotch whiskey. And that's what I really appreciate about this collection, that it wasn't just about things that are expensive, but it's also just about the appreciation of the bottles, the coloring of the bottles, and how some of these bottles don't even exist anymore because the companies ran out of the business. So certain barrels aren't being used anymore because the wood and everything like that, like the environment is just different, and all these bottles are unopened. So if you are able to come to Scotland and do a Scotch whisky tour, I do recommend this one, even though there are some that are longer and bigger. Now, this is still just the first day, and hopefully you'll stick around for my next video, and I'm going to share with you my climb up Arthur's Seat.